Welcome to our channel Money Minded Online, the podcast where we explore the best strategies, tools, and stories for making money online. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned hustler, or just curious about how to thrive in the digital economy, you're in the right place. Each week, we bring you actionable insights, inspiring interviews, and proven tactics to help you build wealth online. So sit back, take notes, and get ready to transform your future. Let's dive in.
All right, so we're back, and today we're going to be looking at Kylie Jenner.
Oh, okay.
We're doing a deep dive into how she uses Instagram for her business.
Cool.
We've got this podcast script that breaks down like all her methods and stuff.
Okay.
And our mission, I guess, is to figure out what like regular people can learn from this.
Yeah.
You know, whether you've got a company or are just trying to, be better online.
Right. So not just for like big businesses.
Exactly.
Like me just trying to, up my selfie game.
Totally. So
it's easy to think of this as like just celebrity stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's actually pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Like she really knows how to use Instagram like a tool,
Okay, so let's break this down.
Okay.
The script talks about like 4 main parts of her strategy: branding, promotions, and then customer engagement, and finally analytics.
Got it.
So first up, branding.
Okay.
We've all seen her Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like super polished, but it's not random, right?
Right. It's definitely not random.
There's like a method to the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more like a carefully curated, like a digital storefront.
Exactly.
Everything's consistent, the colors, the types of images.
Like it all just screams luxury and aspirational lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like pastel colors, private jets, designer clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all creates a really specific brand identity.
Right. And this is really obvious when she like launches a new product.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not just about showing the lipstick or whatever. It's the whole vibe.
Exactly. The product almost becomes like secondary
Really?
to the feeling it represents.
Yeah.
Like you're not just buying lipstick, you're buying a whole lifestyle.
Wow.
And that's like a really important thing for anyone who's building a brand.
Yeah.
Like what kind of lifestyle does your product go with? How do you show that visually?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the shop window looking great.
Right.
Now, how do we get people to come inside?
Yeah, how do you get them excited?
That's where the promotions come in, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like the script was saying how good she is at like creating hype.
Oh yeah, she's like the queen of hype.
So how does she do it?
A big part of it is how she uses Instagram stories,
Okay.
especially the countdown feature.
Oh, the countdown.
Yeah, it's like perfect for building up excitement for a product launch.
Oh, right.
Remember when she did her birthday collection?
A couple years ago.
Yeah, like that countdown timer in her stories.
Yeah.
Had everyone like totally freaking out.
I remember that. It felt like a huge event.
Exactly, not just another product launch.
Yeah.
It was like you had to be part of it.
Yeah.
And besides the countdown, all those sneak peeks and behind the scenes stuff just adds to the buzz.
Oh, and those short reels that she does?
Oh yeah, those are great.
They're like mini commercials, but way more fun.
Right. Like a little makeup tutorial.
Yeah, or like a clip from a photo shoot.
You get to see the product in action.
Yeah.
And anyone can make those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just need your phone and a bit of creativity.
That's cool. Yeah.
Then there's also the influencer collaborations.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's a pro at working with other people to reach like a bigger audience.
That's a smart move, even for smaller businesses.
Okay.
You don't need A-list celebrities or anything.
So who do you work with?
There are these people called micro-influencers.
Okay.
They might not have millions of followers, but they have a really dedicated audience in a specific niche.
Okay.
And you can tap into those communities.
I see.
People trust recommendations from people they follow.
So it's like word of mouth marketing.
Exactly, but like amplified.
So Kylie is good at like reaching out to people.
Yeah, she's really good at leveraging that trust that already exists.
Okay, so next up is customer engagement.
Right.
Kylie doesn't just like talk at her followers, she actually interacts.
Yes, that's huge.
This is where the social media actually matters.
It really is.
It's about like building relationships, not just pushing products.
Right.
So how does she actually do that? Well, she'll do things like polls and Q&A sessions in her stories to get people involved.
Okay.
And she uses that swipe up thing to link to articles or whatever. It keeps people engaged and learning.
Okay.
And she's great at reposting user-generated content.
Oh, like when people post pictures of themselves with her makeup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It makes them feel seen and appreciated.
Right.
They become like brand ambassadors.
Huh.
And it creates a sense of community around the brand.
That's pretty smart.
Even just replying to a comment can make a difference.
Really?
Yeah, it shows you're listening
Oh.
and that their engagement actually matters.
It's the little things.
It really is.
Okay, now, for the last part. Analytics.
Ooh, yeah. The data stuff.
This is where it gets interesting because it's not just gut feeling.
Right.
She actually uses data to make decisions.
Exactly. And she uses this tool called Instagram Insights.
Okay.
It gives you all this data about your audience.
Like what?
Like who they are, what they're into, what kind of content they like.
So you can actually see what works.
Yeah, it's like a window into what your audience actually responds to.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And you know what?
What?
You don't have to be a big brand to use data.
Really?
Most social media platforms have their own analytics tools.
Oh, cool.
So anyone can use them.
So even if you're just starting out?
Yep. It's all about understanding who you're reaching and what works for them.
Wow, this is blowing my mind.
I know, right? Data is power.
Okay, I think we've covered a lot in this first part.
Yeah, we have.
I want to make sure our listeners getting this.
For sure.
So let's go over those 4 key areas again. Branding, promotions, engagement, and analytics.
Okay.
Branding is first.
Right. That's all about creating a strong visual identity.
Yeah.
Think about your brand's values.
Okay.
It's like building a world that people want to be a part of.
Right.
Then there's promotions.
Okay.
Generating hype for your product or service.
Uh-huh.
Using creative storytelling and tools like countdowns and reels. You want to get people excited and feeling like they have to have it.
That makes sense. What's next?
Engagement. That's about talking with your audience.
Okay.
Not just talking at them.
Right.
Respond to comments. Ask questions.
Uh-huh.
Use content created by your followers.
Oh.
Show them that you care about their input.
And lastly,
Analytics. Use data to track your progress, learn about your audience, and refine your approach.
okay, so even if you're just starting out,
Yeah.
you can benefit from looking at the data.
Exactly.
This is incredible.
It really is. You can learn so much from how Kylie does things.
Yeah, even if we're not building a makeup empire.
Right. These are principles that anyone can use.
Exactly.
No matter what business you're in.
There's one more thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay, what's that?
The script mentioned A/B testing.
Oh yeah, A/B testing.
What is that exactly?
It's basically experimenting to see what works better.
Okay.
So you compare 2 versions of something,
Right.
like a headline or an image, and you see which one does better.
So you're like running a test.
Exactly. It takes out the guesswork.
So Kylie's team uses this.
Oh yeah, all the time.
For what?
For everything. Posting times, hashtags, different types of content.
Yeah.
They figure out what their followers respond to the most,
I see.
and they use that data to refine their approach.
So is A/B testing just for big companies?
Not at all.
Really?
Most platforms have tools for it,
Cool.
and there are also some great third-party tools out there.
So even someone with a smaller business can do this.
Absolutely.
Wow. So it's like being scientific with your social media.
Exactly. It's about using data to make informed decisions and always improving.
This is so insightful. I feel like I'm already learning so much.
Me too.
We've covered branding, promotions, engagement, analytics, even A/B testing.
It's a lot.
Is there anything else we should mention before we move on to the next part?
Let me think.
I want to make sure we don't miss anything important.
Yeah, that's important.
It's been a great discussion so far,
Definitely.
but there's always more to learn.
True. Always more to learn. You know, it's easy to forget that there's like a whole team behind Kylie's Instagram.
Yeah.
It's not just her like posting selfies.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. It's easy to forget that when you're just scrolling through.
Yeah, totally.
It's like a well-oiled machine working behind the scenes.
Exactly. To build her brand and make money, you know?
But a big part of it is how she connects with her audience on a personal level.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not just about the products.
Right. It's about making people feel like they actually know her.
Exactly.
That's where storytelling comes in.
Okay.
Kylie's really good at sharing personal stories and behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, yeah. She makes herself seem relatable.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you give me an example? Like, how does she actually do that?
Well, think about how open she's been about being a young entrepreneur.
Okay.
She's talked about the challenges she faced starting out,
Yeah, like what?
like packing orders until like 3 a.m.
Oh, wow.
But she also shares her successes and celebrates her achievements.
I see.
It makes her seem more human, less like a celebrity, you know?
Right. So it's about letting people in on the journey.
Exactly. Not just showcasing the end product.
And that creates a sense of authenticity.
Right. People are drawn to that.
Yeah, it makes them feel like they're part of something bigger.
Exactly, like a community almost.
Okay, so we've got storytelling authenticity. What about consistency? Her brand image is so consistent across all her platforms.
That's so important. Consistency is key for a strong brand.
Right.
Whether you're on her Instagram, her YouTube, her website,
Yeah.
you get the same vibe.
That luxurious aesthetic.
Exactly. It's like walking into your favorite store.
Right.
You know exactly what to expect.
There's a comfort in that.
Totally. It builds trust and recognition.
Yeah. Familiarity leads to loyalty. Okay, so we've got storytelling, authenticity, and consistency.
Yep. Those are the big ones.
But what about responding to comments and messages? I feel like Kylie's team is really good at that.
They are. It might seem small, but it makes a huge difference.
Right. It shows you care what people think.
Exactly.
And that you value their engagement.
It's about having a two-way conversation.
Yeah, not just talking at them.
Like you would with a friend.
Right. You wouldn't just talk at your friend without listening.
Exactly. And that's how Kylie's team uses social media.
Interesting.
They get that it's about building relationships.
And those relationships can lead to sales.
Exactly.
Wow. So responding to comments isn't just about being polite.
It's a smart business strategy.
It's about showing your audience that you care.
Yeah. And that can make all the difference these days.
Okay, this is great advice, but how can a small business owner with limited time keep up with all that?
That's a good question. You don't have to be everywhere all the time.
Oh,
Be strategic.
what do you mean?
Focus on the platforms where your audience hangs out.
Okay.
You don't need to be on every single one.
Right.
And set realistic goals.
So, like, don't try to reply to every comment.
Exactly. Just focus on the ones that really matter.
The ones that could turn into customers.
Right. And even small gestures can go a long way.
Like what?
Like a quick thank you or a thoughtful response.
So prioritize and be strategic with your time.
Exactly. You got it.
Okay, so we talked about storytelling, authenticity, consistency, engagement.
Right. A lot of good stuff.
Let's move on to user-generated content.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Kylie's great at using content made by your fans.
That's a gold mine. User-generated content is amazing for marketing.
In what way?
It builds community, raises brand awareness, and can even boost sales.
Can you give me some examples of how she does it?
Think about all the time she reposts photos and videos of people using her products.
Oh, yeah.
It shows how versatile they are.
And it's like a real person using it.
Yeah, exactly. People trust recommendations from other people more than brands.
It's like word of mouth.
Exactly, but on a massive scale.
So how can our listener tap into that?
Encourage your followers to share their experiences.
And how do you do that?
Host contests, create branded hashtags,
Okay.
or simply ask people to tag you.
And then repost it.
Yes. Show your appreciation. Make it feel like a community.
It shows potential customers that real people are using your stuff.
And enjoying it,
Yeah.
it builds trust.
Okay. This is all making sense.
It's all coming together, right?
We've talked about how Kylie builds her brand and how she connects with her audience,
Right.
but how does she actually make sales?
The million-dollar question.
Like, how does she turn followers into paying customers?
It's a few things. First, she uses Instagram shopping.
Instagram shopping.
Yeah, lets you tag products in your posts and stories.
So people can buy without leaving the app?
Exactly. It's super
So
convenient.
it's like a little store within Instagram.
Yeah, and Kylie's team uses it everywhere.
Where?
In their photos, their stories, even user-generated content.
So clever. Instead of just looking at a product, you can buy it right there.
It makes it so easy.
But she doesn't just use Instagram shopping, right?
Right. She also promotes special offers and deals.
It's like
Flash sales, limited edition releases, discounts for her followers.
oh yeah, she does that a lot on her stories.
It creates that fear of missing out.
Exactly, like you have to buy it now.
And it works.
So it's not just about discounts. She also bundles products together, right?
That's right. Bundling is a classic strategy.
Oh, remind me what that is.
You package multiple products together at a lower price.
Okay.
It's good for the customer and the business.
So instead of one lipstick, she might sell a set with a liner and a gloss.
Exactly. And they're usually themed.
Like what?
Valentine's Day holiday season.
So you encourage people to buy more.
Yep. And they feel like they're getting a deal.
It's a smart strategy.
And it can be adapted for any business.
This is all great info, but it's a lot to take in.
It is. We've covered a lot.
I don't want our listener to feel overwhelmed.
I know what you mean. It's important to remember that you don't have to copy Kylie exactly.
Right. Find your own way.
Find what works for you and your brand.
So how can they start using this stuff?
Be intentional and strategic. Okay. Know your audience, build a clear brand, create content they'll love.
Be consistent. Engage with your audience experiment.
Exactly. And remember, it takes time.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly. Social media is a marathon, not a sprint.
This has been so helpful. I feel like I've learned so much.
Me too. It's fascinating to see how she does it.
But before we wrap up, I want to go back to data and analytics.
Okay.
How can our listener use that to get better results?
Most platforms have built-in analytics tools.
Oh, okay.
They give you insights into your audience demographics engagement.
So go beyond just likes and followers.
Exactly. Dig deeper. Understand what kind of content works best.
When they're most active.
Yeah, all of that good stuff.
And then use that information to improve your strategy.
Exactly. Yeah. Let the data be your guide.
So if videos do well, make more videos.
Yep. And if they're online in the evenings post, then...
So it's about being data-driven.
Exactly. Use those insights to continuously improve.
And don't be afraid to try new things.
That's right. Social media is all about experimenting.
This is great advice.
Glad you think so.
Before we move on to our final thoughts,
Okay.
I want to talk about A/B testing again.
Oh, yeah. A/B testing. That's a good one.
Can you remind us what that is?
It's a way to compare two versions of something.
Okay.
Like a headline, an image, a call to action, and see which one performs better.
So it's like a little experiment.
Exactly. It helps you optimize your strategy.
What are some examples of how to use it?
You could try 2 different headlines for your blog post.
Oh, okay.
Share one on Facebook, one on Twitter.
Okay.
See which gets more clicks.
I see.
Or post the same thing at different times a day.
To see when your audience is online.
Exactly.
So you're testing different things to see what works best.
Right. You're not just guessing, you're using data.
This is great. But can regular people use A/B testing?
Absolutely. Most platforms have tools for it.
Okay.
And there are third-party tools too.
So you don't need a big budget.
Nope. Anyone can do it.
That's great to know.
Start small, track your results, make adjustments.
It's all about learning and improving.
Exactly.
Okay, we've talked about a lot today.
We have branding, engagement, data analytics.
What's the most important piece of advice you would give?
Be authentic.
Authentic.
Yeah, people can spot a fake a mile away.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Be yourself, share your story, connect with people on a real level.
So be human, be relatable.
Exactly. Remember, social media is about building relationships.
Oh.
Be a good listener. Have real conversations. Provide value to your audience.
This has been such an insightful deep dive.
I agree.
I've learned so much about Instagram.
It's been a pleasure.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave our listener with one final thought.
Okay, shoot.
We've been talking about Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, she's killing it.
It's easy to get caught up in her success.
It is. She's got it all figured out.
But social media is just a tool.
That's true. A powerful tool, but still just a tool.
You decide how to use it.
You're in control.
Use it to connect with people.
Build relationships.
Share your story.
Make a difference.
Maybe one day we'll be doing a deep dive into your success story.
I like that.
I think that's a great place to end this part of our deep dive.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, you never know, right?
So inspiring how everyone has their own story.
Exactly. And social media gives you this like megaphone to share it.
And that's what we've been talking about, right? Like we started with Kylie, but this stuff applies to everyone.
Totally. Whether you're running a business or just trying to build your own brand online.
Right. So we've covered brand
Visuals, consistency, all that.
engaging content, using data to make decisions.
It's a lot, but hopefully it's empowering, not overwhelming.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's all about taking it one step at a time.
Right. You don't have to do everything at once.
Just start small and build from there.
And remember, social media is always changing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So stay curious, keep learning.
What works today might not work tomorrow.
Exactly.
It's a fun challenge, though, keeping up with it all.
Well, I think we've covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, we did a good deep dive.
Any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Just one. Social media can be such a powerful tool for good.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Use it wisely, use it thoughtfully, and use it to make a difference.
Love that. That's a great note to end on. Thanks for being here.
It was my pleasure.
And to our listener out there, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
Thanks for tuning into our channel Money Minded Online. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share this episode with friends who are looking to make money online and join the community. Drop a comment below with your favorite tip or takeaway. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep hustling and making moves. See you in the next episode.